Welcome back to the channel, guys. A while ago, actually probably not that long ago, I was in a spot, exactly the same spot as this, with my Pontiac Bonneville, Bonnie, the beloved, the first car on Scully Productions. And in that video, I explained to you how the Bonneville is going to be going away into somewhat long-term storage, but you might still see it around, but long-term storage for the Bonneville. Now, in that video, I hinted that I was possibly looking at getting another car, a third car for the wintertime, because the Bonneville is going away, the Celica is going to have its transmission rebuilt again, if you can believe that, and, well, I'm not really gonna beat around the bush with this one. I've bought a new car. It's awesome, it's American, it's got a V8. Here it is. All right, let's fire this thing up. As I said, this is a V8. Now, this car specifically is a 2007 Cadillac DTS. My specific car has 260,000 kilometers, whatever that is in miles, I'll put down here. It was sold new in Michigan in 2007. It spent I think seven winters in Florida, so it was a snowbird's car. Then it spent the rest of its life in Canada. Honestly, knock on wood, pretty clean car so far. It needs a strut on this corner. As you can kind of see, this side of the car is sitting a lot lower than this side of the car, although this side of the car right here needs a wheel bearing. Now, no one's gonna guess this, except for my friends. So if you're my friends, well, sorry, that doesn't sound right. If you know how much this car costs, don't comment down below. If you don't know how much this car costs, comment down below, and in a later video, I will reveal this. Now, I've been busy with work and everything else, so this car has actually already been in 2 videos that you will see at a later date that have already happened, and I'm filming this video now that you will see before those videos. I think that makes sense. Just for chronological order's sake, I wanted an introductory video for the DTS before you start seeing it pop up in videos. I'm about 5 days into ownership right now, and I absolutely love this car. This car is everything I liked about the everything I love about the Bonneville, just more. More power, but just more comfort, more leather, everything. I absolutely love this car. Now, as you can see, we're having some inclement weather. I'm trying to get this video done just last minute at the end of the day here, so I brought it over. Trent University is just over here, just over on the other side of me here. Actually, this is all gonna be built into, I don't know what, a subdivision, industrial park. It's making for some good video shoot opportunities now. Sorry, the wind's getting bad. So I'll show you the engine, and then we'll probably go find a different spot to finish filming because it is very, very windy out here. So feast your eyes on the 4.6 liter North Star. Now, the North Stars get a very, very bad rap, but pre-2004, yes, I admit. Now, the North Stars, I agree, get a very, very bad rap. The pre-2004 engines, one second. The pre-2004 North Stars absolutely deserve all the hate they get. But post-2004, GM took out the terrible head bolts that came with the North Star originally, and they put in head bolts out of the LS6, the V8. And since then, knock on wood, the North Stars were a lot better. Now, they still have a starter motor in a terrible position and a few other little getches, but I mean, this car has done well, good job, Braden. This car has done 260,780 kilometers. So I don't want to say that this particular engine is good, but this particular engine has lasted 260,780 kilometers. Do with that information what you will. Apart from being windy, it is a very, very nice night out tonight. Box truck. So we're just up here hanging out behind Trent, trying to get this video in before the end of the night. I'm about to run out, or I'm about to empty my first full tank of fuel I put in this car. Again, I've owned it 5 days so far, and so far the videos that it's been in that you will see coming up is me, Cam, and Trevor took this car to Drive Fest. We all drove it down. Well, I drove it down, they rode in the luxury seats. And then we took the Bonneville, and the Celica out for a night on the town, because it might be one of the only times all 3 of them are out together on the road. So stay tuned for that video, because that was a really, really fun night, and I'm sure that video is gonna turn out really, really well too. Sorry about that, guys. I had to change locations, as you do when you're making YouTube videos occasionally. The location using the wind changes, people show up, loud noises, whatever. You have to overcome, adapt, improvise, Something like that, the order's wrong. But anyway, this is the newest car to the channel, my 2007 Cadillac DTS. As I previously stated, I absolutely love this car. I always liked these things. Like, I love the Bonneville. Cam's Buick is awesome. And I always liked these things, but these things were always priced higher than I wanted to spend for these things. Now, the funny story is this car's origin story is there's a video I took, vertical video of the Altima going into the yard at Cadillac. And I'll play that video for you right now. There it goes. Now in that video, off to the left-hand side of the video, which would be my right-hand side right now, was this Cadillac. This is the Cadillac Cadillac. Now let me explain. At Cadillac, the one in Peterborough and Morton Line, there's the scrapyard, and they also have a little dealer lot. And there's about, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 cars there for sale. One of them was a 9th gen Bonneville. This car, if I still have the picture, I'll put it up on the screen. A 9th gen Bonneville like Ryan's from this video, although the one at Cadillac wasn't supercharged and Ryan's is supercharged. And then there's a couple other more ordinary cars. There's a Mazda 3, a Ford Edge. There's an Oldsmobile Intrigue that Simon from this video was looking at, so maybe we'll make that happen. With a V6 that's actually a North Star with 2 cylinders lopped off that I didn't even know existed. But also in that dealer lot was this thing. Now they wanted, again, what I thought was way too much money for the car. Not even that this one's in that rough of shape, because to be honest, knock on wood, it's in very nice shape so far. But they wanted too much for what I wanted to pay for this car, given the miles. Because again, this car is 260,000 kilometers. So I kind of made them an offer, talked, you know, got to know the manager of the yard, talked a little bit more, let some time go by, and eventually got this car down to a price that I wanted to pay for it. Again, guess what that price was down below. Now, Adam, the yard manager there, Adam was extremely nice to deal with, very patient, very accommodating. So Adam, if you're watching this video, thank you very, very much. I am very, very happy with the car. If you guys are interested, I'll do a full video on the history of this car, because this car, I don't know if I've said it already or not, this car is an American car. And what I mean by that is it was sold in America first when it was new. Now, the easiest way to know that is this speedometer only goes up to 160. Now in Canada, I'm not saying we hit 160 regularly, but 160 is not big enough for a speedometer here. Now, a car from GM that was sold new into Canada is my Bonneville. And the Bonneville speedometer, because it was a Canadian car, goes up to 220 kilometers per hour. So you can switch it to miles an hour and you get a 220 mile per hour speedometer, which that car doesn't need. Now 160 miles per hour in a Cadillac like this with a V8 300 horsepower, that makes sense. So that's one way you can know this car is sold in the US first. Another way is the Carfax. It just says it was sold new in Michigan. Then it spent a lot of its time in Florida. The first, I believe, 6 or 7 years of its life it spent in Florida. Then it spent basically the rest of its life up here. At some point it got sold into Canada. Here we are. Now this car's interior is cream. We've got some wood on the dash, some GM high quality wood. You really, really know it's high quality stuff. We've got some brown accents on top of the dash, brown accents on the steering wheel. The back is more of the same, more of this cream colored, really comfortable leather. Heated seats in the back. You can choose between just your back being heated or your back and your butt. The front seats, and I really didn't expect this, you can heat your back and heat your butt, but you also have cooled seats, which in a car with leather seats and this much leather is going to be a very, very nice thing to have come summertime. Even now going into fall, I've still used the cooled seats and they've been awesome. They're so, like, now that I've had cooled seats on leather seats, it'll be tough to go back to leather seats without them, except for the fact that my other 2 cars have leather seats and don't have cooled seats, so I'll kind of have to get over that and just do it anyway. But regardless, I'm very lucky to have 3 cars with leather seats. So yeah, that's gonna be the short, brief, very quick introduction to the DTS. Well, it might be brief or it might not be, depending on how long this video turns out to be. Again, I am absolutely love this car. I'm extremely excited to have this car, to drive this car, to make videos for you guys with this car. If you're excited about the DTS being on the channel, please let me know down in the comments below. It's my first V8. This is the first V8 I've ever owned. Now, I've been very lucky to drive Cam's Charger, which has a V8, and Brian's Mustang for extended periods of time while I was in college, the 4.6 liter 3-valve modular. Loved that car, but this is my first personal V8. And because it's me, of course, it has to be something controversial like the North Star. So once again, guys, thank you for watching this episode of Scully Productions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment down below things we could do to the DTS, because this is my new daily. So please drop comments down below of ideas we could do to the DTS besides making it loud, because we're gonna do that. Although maybe we're gonna do it in a way that we can still have the Cadillac quiet, smooth ride, but also make it a hooligan. I mean, come on, it's my car. We're not gonna not make it a hooligan. So thank you for watching this episode of Scully Productions, and I will see you on the next episode.